Usually, I usually say welcome to an episode, but this isn't an episode. This is the end of year special for 2017. It's where we're going to kind of recap our thoughts of the year and then go into our top fives of the year as well. So I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
And I think at the top of the show, man, I would like to just thank the fans and everybody who has contributed to what we do, and the artists like Zombie, the people behind the scenes, all the talent, and all of the staff here at 8-Bit Geek. And thank you so much for sacrificing your time. Thank you so much for being there for us and supporting us all through the year. It's been an excellent year, a year of damn it. What is it? How do you say it? Exponential?
First off, though, I want to cut you off and say I thought it was funny that you separated talent from staff. You're like, I want to thank the talent and the staff.
Well, that's because some are talented and some are just staff.
Oh,
Ooh.
I fall into the staff part.
Hip hop horn.
Boo, 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 boo.
Speaking of hip hop, or Lalo Lalo 1999 is just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Thank you for subscribing. Here you go. Here's your gift.
Speaking of which, Zombie 13 is just subscribed with Twitch Prime.
Boo, 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 boo. I can't keep doing this all night, guys.
Give you a double.
We suck the mic for you.
Oh,
Whoa.
Jesus.
That's not expected.
I mean, how else do you explain what we do when someone hits the subscribe?
That makes it awkward for family conversation. So what's your podcast about? Did you really have to bring that up at the dinner table?
It's just us blowing the mics.
Yeah, all day long. So yeah, it was it was crazy growth. It was our most successful year ever.
Yeah.
And so we just want to say thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
2017, looking forward to 2018. It's going to be, I think it's going to be even better. We've got a lot of stuff planned. I have to write it down first, and then it'll be official. But we do have plans. So that'll be good. Guys, what do you think about 2017? How did the 8-bit affect you this year?
Man.
Poorly. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Jared just shakes his head because he knew it's one of those fucking shit. I knew it. I should have.
That's why you don't let Doug lead.
I should have asked.
Yeah.
Kev, you go first.
For me, how it affected myself, I would say, I just think it's amazing that this year, 2017, we've had such an uptick in fans and listeners and just people getting in touch with us and letting us know where they're from. Like, once again, it's amazing knowing that some schlubs from like the Midwest South of the United States kind of deal ends up getting people like fans from Australia, England, the Netherlands, Sweden, just pretty much. I mean, like we had a guy from Bulgaria the other day. It's amazing, and that they want to actually take time out of their day, and some even go through all 250 episodes and listen to us, and it just blows my mind every day. But us creating this Discord in 2017 and having this amazing community of people that are basically always on, and they kind of police themselves, and they keep it lively in there. If someone's having a bad day, like 5 different people will chime in and just turn that person's day around. Like, it's an amazing thing that we created just from making dick and fart jokes on podcasts. Yeah. It just blows my mind that this is the world we live in now. And so that's my 2017, and I'm forever, I mean, I'm very grateful.
Yeah. Doug, you'll go last because obviously
I've got to think of what I'm going to say without being.
Oh, I thought we were going to do the compliment sandwich. I started off with the compliment. Doug knocks everyone down.
Yeah. Gerald bring everyone back up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
No.
All right. Break it down.
No, I don't have anything negative to say. Oh man, this year I've talked to too many people. I've met too many new people. We've had too many new shows. Too many hosts. We had too much fun in San Antonio. It was garbage. Just
garbage
kidding.
time.
I'm just kidding. No, it's been a great year. It's been a phenomenal year. The fact that every at the beginning of every year, we always do like a staff meeting, quote unquote, between like all of our shows and stuff, just to kind of talk about like how the year before went, what we could do to make things better the next year. So last January when we got together, we went over our year previous, like the numbers and stuff, like how did each show perform, like where does everyone stand, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I want to double our numbers next year. I want to make sure that we just double what we did this year, whatever. And we have quintupled that this year. Like our numbers are it's fucking ridiculous. We doubled our numbers in like March, and it was just like shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, we were not ready for that.
Oh shit. And
we had to purchase like 18,000 more servers.
Yeah, it was pretty absurd. And just to see all of the channels grow and their fan bases and the listeners and all that fun stuff too. I mean, for me specifically, because I do this show, we did Legends, but we finished Legends after last season because just timing and people busy schedules and all that fun stuff. Saga. Saga had more plays this year than 8-Bit Geek had last year, sort of thing. Now granted, 8-Bit Geek this year is just fucking it's stupid. It's stupid. But just the fact that a new show that started last November, our first episode was last November, like November 4th or something like that, has surpassed this show, which has been going on for 5 years or whatever, in its first official year, is insane to me, and it makes and I'm really proud of that. I think it's really cool. I when I pitched it to Jared, I was like, I promise you this is going to be fun. People are going to enjoy this. And he was like, whatever, it's bullshit, but fine, we'll see what happens.
You fucking asshole.
But that was Jared's first experience in D&D. That was my first experience listening to D&D and then being able to later participate. Like I'm really proud of Saga. You guys do an amazing job with that. From an outsider point of view, I think you guys knocked it out of the park with Saga.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And then we added one new show this year as well, which was Garbage Day.
Garbage Day technically started last year.
So did Saga.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is our first full official year. Like we both came in around November of last year. Oh shit, we just got a donation.
My 1,400 kids.
From Aaron.
Aaron donated $5.10. He said resubbed with Prime and became a Patreon again. Love you guys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
That got us to $1,142 with $4.20.
$4.20.
Yeah, so we added that, which people have seemed to enjoy, and those numbers are actually Garbage Day's numbers are better than 8-Bit's numbers when we first started, and it's let me tell you, I won't go into technical shit, but
Doug is very surprised.
We're gonna do that. We're actually gonna do a panel down in Houston this year. If you come down to Comic Palooza, so we'll actually talk kind of behind the scenes kind of shit
about Garbage Day.
about a podcast.
Oh shit! Good.
I'm saying that it's really difficult. It's really difficult to start a podcast and keep it going.
Yeah. I would say it's not necessarily hard to start one, but it's definitely hard to keep one going.
Yeah. All you need is a microphone, yes,
and a relationship.
But to keep it going and to actually build something, it's really difficult. And so to see the success that all the shows, not only the new ones, but Brainberry Tarts and Divas Drop Kicks and Dives, I mean, they have continued success and they have continued growth as well. So it's amazing to me that we not only were able to be successful in one show, but to be successful in all the shows has blown my mind. And that's 2017 for me. And then also I can't get over the messages that we get, the personal messages that say, you guys have no idea what you've done for me. All the messages that say I've been in a dark place and the only thing that has kept me going has been this podcast, and the people who we've affected and even inspired. I remember last year, Doug, when you sent me a text message and it says, well, you did it. And I was like, did what? And you were like, you inspired somebody. That was your mission. And then linked me to the message where it said that somebody was going to start a podcast just because they listened to us and they felt that they could do it. Mm-hmm. So that stuff, I mean, it's really, it hits me in the feels. And so I can't believe that in 2017 we've received so many of those messages, and it's like Kev said, we're just three fucking idiots on a microphone.
Yeah.
Three freaking idiots on a microphone.
Just one microphone.
Just one.
We just shit. Yeah.
We should
move over.
So, with that, we want to thank you again for 2017. It's been an amazing year, and here's looking out for 2018. And is there anything else to add before I move on to asking people to subscribe to our shit?
I want to thank, just like thank people who aren't even a part of our staff, kind of, that's been around. Like, obviously, we want to thank Ryan. Ryan's helped us a lot. And he's not technically a part of, like a show or anything, but he's been dedicated to us since day one, really. I'm very grateful for him. Just all the different streamers that have come together with us and like, shared our stream, or, that we've worked with, like DFH Band, just people like that who we become friends with. Scarlett Hellion, Peter Klein's, all of a sudden, like, not all of a sudden, but like messaging us and being like, hey, when can I be on the show again?
Yeah.
It's like,
anytime you want,
that much?
Peter, if you're listening, anytime you want, literally.
Yeah, dude. You want to be on this? You want to be on the show now? We will Skype you in.
Yeah, we'll call you in right now. Get online. Hurry up.
Of course, he's listening to the recording, and he'll probably.
I don't know. He could be over on Twitch. I don't fucking know.
And the relationships we've made with cosplayers like Windress Cosplay, and
don't forget the most important part of that whole friendship.
Pull. There you go. But I mean, like, yeah, we've forged so many amazing relationships through this podcast, and it's not just people doing other podcasts, it's just people doing all different types of things, and we're all just kind of coming together and just kind of forming this like movement of people who like cool shit, or maybe not so cool, but people who have like minds and just have a good time. I'm really grateful that we were able to be friends with that. Hell, I got to interview DMC, Daryl McDaniels from Run DMC this year, and he came to our booth and took pictures with us.
Oh, sick.
Like, how fucking cool is that? I never thought in any life that I ever lived that I'd be able to do cool stuff like that.
Kev, that will forever go down, and I will cherish the memory of walking with DMC and Doug and I just walking back to the booth, and him going, so what do you guys do? Like, what's up with you guys? And then seeing the look on all your faces when you realized this man is walking towards us.
Yeah. I told you what was exactly going through my mind with that, right?
Yeah, well, tell it again.
I was like, oh, cool. Here comes Jer and Doug back to the booth. Or no, it was just Jer. Was it? Who was it?
I was
Jer
with
and
them.
Doug?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, cool. Jer and Doug's are coming back. Oh, that's weird. DMC's following right behind him. Oh, he's walking side by side with them. Huh. DMC's walking behind the booth. Huh. DMC's standing next to me and shaking my hand. Huh. DMC just took a picture with us. Huh. DMC just offered an interview. Huh. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. I will always cherish the moment that Rain started crying, and it wasn't because I said something too mean to her. Like, yeah, I made her cry. Yeah, I didn't have to be too mean to make it happen. I just had to bring over DMC, apparently. That's all it took.
Yeah, she fangirled and just tears instantly. So that was fantastic. Yeah, that was good shit.
Do we have an interview? Do we have an episode number with the interview for Run DMC? Was that its own thing, or what?
It was a wrap up.
Yeah, it was a wrap up show. We put it on a wrap up show for Comic Palooza. So all you have to do if you wanted to listen to that is look up Comic Palooza. It happened, I don't know. Somebody can find it, right? Like in the chat?
Yeah.
Somebody can find it and link it for Zombie, please.
Yeah. It's also on our YouTube. There should be the video of it. Oh, it's a Patreon thing too. Was it just the video though? But that became.
It was just the video.
But I think that's
the video's out now. I mean, it's on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and we also the Get Fit challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, and we also did the Get Fit Challenge. While the hosts, 2/3 failed at losing a ton of weight, or any I gained. We still inspired people to lose a ton of fucking weight. Like,
Yeah.
we actually got a lot of people to go to the gym. And compete with the community.
We somehow convinced AJ to get Hep A, and he lost a fuck ton of weight.
We convinced him to do that.
Yeah. He did that because he came over to the States. He was
didn't have to do it, but he did it anyways, and he got he got Hep A, and he's lost like 50 pounds. I don't know if you saw his Santa pictures, but he didn't look thick enough to be Santa anymore.
Oh, good on AJ. But that was hilarious because you guys sent me that video from earlier today where him and his dad.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
What are you filming my fucking head for? I'm not fucking filming your head. I'm filming the fucking weather.
It's like typical British.
like no one was arguing to just screaming.
Oh shit. That's so fun.
Yeah, so so we're going to have to bring back the Fit Challenge next year as well, because I think that was really successful, and I think that could be a yearly thing. And I think that if we can get people to lose weight, new fans can come in and do it as well. We'll try to be a little more organized next year. This year was its original run, so next year maybe we'll build out a part of the website where people can enter in their weight loss and see progress and all that kind of shit. Make it kind of cool. But
we'll have 50 Cent to come in and say "Get fit or die trying, bitch," and then make us do push-ups.
I can't.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if we could afford it, but I don't know.
I mean, 50 Cent, what's he really looking for these days? He's got that Coca-Cola money, man. He just needs the time.
All right. So if you're still with us, if this is the first time, please subscribe. You could do so on Audio Boom. They provide all of our bandwidth. They are our main sponsor. We love them to death for it. They take good care of us. You can also find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio. Please follow us again on social media at the 8-Bit Geek. And, of course, every Monday night we record live right on Twitch. If you want to connect with other fans of the show, then please definitely download Discord. You don't even have to fucking download it. You can run it from a browser if you want, if you're scared of running programs on your PC. Or you could just download the app to your phone, and you can chat with us that way. There's a ton of people in there. I've noticed this, though. On the weekends, people tend to go out, and they don't chat too much in there. You get a little chat every once in a while, but the weekdays when everyone's at work and people don't want to do work, turn off notifications.
Yeah.
That shit you'll end up seeing like, wow, my battery's at 0% because I have 7,000 unread messages from Discord. But it's a lot of fun. Come hang out with us. And of course, we mentioned the other shows earlier. You can always check out 8-Bit Saga, Divas, Dropkicks and Dives, Brainberry Charts, and Garbage Day. And of course, if you'd like to support the cause, here's a rundown of 2017 of what Patreon has done for us. At the beginning of the year, we started saving the Patreon funds to purchase new microphones. And we've done that. We've also purchased advertising on one of the biggest podcasts out right now, which is my brother, and me.
There's a lot of brothers since I last listened.
Oh, yeah. Well, they started off with just the three of them, but it turns out that Clint McElroy, the father of the brothers, fucked his way around the country. So,
I thought they
brothers now.
There's a lot of other brothers
they
now.
fed them after midnight or something, and they started multiplying.
Yeah, they fed Griffin McElroy after midnight. And now there's a ton more of them. They found out that the entire office at Polygon is actually just McElroy's.
It's the McElroy takeover.
Let's see. You also helped fund all of the special effects, all of the music, and all of the art for Saga. You also helped fund the artwork that's coming out at the end of the year from Zombie. You've also helped purchase a booth. You've also helped purchase giveaways. You've funded the Fit Challenge. So everything that we make here goes right back into the show.
Yeah.
And 2017 was a very successful year for funding for the 8-Bit Geek. And while we don't expect it, we do appreciate it. And we thank you so much for your generosity. Because of you, our show is growing. We want to, in 2018, we want to run some pretty big ad campaigns through social media. And so that's where your money's going to go. Your money's also going to go to probably some more hardware for the three of us. And then, of course, we're going to try, hopefully we can try to help out some of the other shows as well. We want to get them updated with merch and logos and all this other stuff. So all your money does go right back into the show. It goes into a good place. And so we can't thank you enough for all your donations. And if you want to keep it up, you can do so. If you want to start 2018 and say, you know what, I'm going to help these motherfucking guys out, you can give as little as $1, or you can give as much as $1 million a month, and we would love you for it. If you do give a minimum of $5, we have extra content for you, and so you'll receive a ton of extra shit throughout the year. You get the pre-shows, the post-shows of the 8-Bit Geek podcast. You get exclusive photos, which we'll try to get better at, and a lot of other exclusives that we shoot your way. So there's that. So you could do that, okay? Okay, we're going to get into the top 5 list of 2017. What was our top 5s in TV shows, films, and video games? But first, we haven't even talked about this. We're recording right now on Monday. It is December 25th, which means that today was Christmas. And I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about it and how was everybody's Christmas experience. We'll save Kevin's for last because his is probably the most exciting. So...
It all started at Nakatomi Plaza.
1988, Nakatomi Plaza.
Doug, how did your Christmas go, man? Did you get anything good?
Boy, did I. Well, okay, so yesterday was my birthday.
Yay,
right?
happy birthday, Doug.
So, what did I get?
Good old 35.
Good old 31.
Oh, okay.
I'm a young boy.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not
Lie.
anymore. What did I get yesterday? Okay, so I went to my parents' house and I got some comic books. I got like the Han Solo comic from Marvel, like the collection, because apparently they did like these little like kind of one-off comics following Lando, Leia, Han, and Chewie. And I think maybe I've also done like a Luke as well. I don't remember seeing one. So I already had the Lando one. It was really awesome. Kind of just explaining just some Lando stuff, like now that there's this all new canon or whatnot for the movies. So that was cool. And so I got the Han Solo one and the Chewie one yesterday. I also had the Princess Leia one already. So that was cool. And then my parents got me like a giant cutting board, which was kind of like, okay, cool, guys. This is like the third one that I've gotten from you guys. Like
they must own stock in a cutting board company.
That must be. But then today, so for
then your dad put an Xbox game in there.
Yeah. well, so not that it's the same, but but I was like, you said you needed a cutting board, and I was like, no, Dad, I said I needed knives. Like, I needed a new set of knives, and my dad kind of was like, oh shit. But turns out today I got the new set of knives, and I got like these like Asian cutting knives and stuff that are like stupid sharp, and so he's like, hey, be careful with these because they will take a finger. And I was like, cool, great, that's just what I want to hear. Like, now I'm definitely gonna cut myself. And he's like, actually, you're more likely to cut yourself with a dull knife because you're trying harder and the knife will slip and you'll cut yourself. He's like, these you can just go thick right through whatever you're cutting. It just cuts right through. So I was like, nice. So I'm really excited about that because the knives I've had for 10 years and I need new knives. I also got a Zoom H4n or an H4n Zoom, whatever the fucking order that is.
Taser.
Looks like a taser. It's a recording device. It was on my wish list because Caleb and I have talked about starting a new show next year, and I wanted that for us to be able to record stuff, not sitting in an office. Exactly, because we talked about like the premise would be us trying new things. So if like we're gonna cook something, I wanted us to be able to record in the kitchen, or if we are going and doing something, I want us to be able to take stuff with us and record. So my wife got me that, which is really nice of her to do that because that's pretty expensive. I don't know, I got a couple of a lot of gift cards, which I'm down for. trying to think what else I got. My wife also got me some of the silver hair coloring stuff.
It seems to be going around 8-bit Geek. I've seen that thing pop up multiple places now.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna make this part of like a thing I do on all my streams, where it's like if I hit an X amount of like donations, then I'll put this shit in my beard and turn my beard silver or something, something fun. So. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, chilled.
Couple more years there, old man. It's going to be silver on its own.
Right. I just want to see what it's going to look like. But the highlight now of Christmas, and I'm sure Jared will agree somewhat, is that it's the kids and what they get and like the excitement and stuff. And Ollie is kind of finally at the age, like last year he liked Christmas, but he was also kind of too young to understand Christmas and like what going on. But this year he was old enough. He was excited for Santa to come. He was excited. He had a list of things he wanted Santa to bring him, and so last night we put all the stuff out, and this morning he came out to like a tricycle and a fucking drum set, and and a ukulele.
Got a video of that.
Yeah,
the drum set.
Oh God, it's something. And
you were more excited than he was for it.
I was not at all. Yeah. So he got a bunch of cool stuff. He just got spoiled rotten today, so that was obviously a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
it was a good day though overall. I'm tired as shit though, man. I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah. Last night my Christmas kind of starts Christmas Eve. We go over to a friend's house and they throw this whole German dinner experience where we have schnitzel and we have just potato cakes. Potato pancakes is what they're called.
Yeah, potato pancakes are awesome. That's a Polish thing too.
So it's a fantastic evening. And then after that, we do some gifts and stuff like that. I got a PlayStation controller remote, which is pretty dope. So that way I don't have to use because all my medias, it goes through the PS4, like Plex and Netflix kind of stuff. And it sucks having a fucking controller in your hand when all you want is a remote. So they picked me up a remote. So that was pretty cool. And we had fun. I do something called the Daiso Christmas over there as well. And it's because my wife usually picks out all the gifts because it's all women for the most part. And so she knows what to get for them. So I wanted to do my part. And so I do a Daiso. Daiso is a Japanese store here in Texas. I don't know if it's anywhere else in the United States, but they just have a lot of knickknacks for $1.50 each. And they're all bullshit. Like, I picked up men's disposable underwear, like shit like that. It's just a lot of fun stuff. And,
so it's like a white elephant type thing? Is that what they call it?
I grab a whole, I fill the bag. I spend about $60 and I fill the bag with all this random stuff. And then I go around the room and everybody picks stuff out until it's all gone. And, there's stuff like somebody got a glass carving of a Vespa. Just dumb shit. Like somebody got a mini wooden chair. Somebody got sardines. And then somebody got a fly swatter that is actually two hands and they smack together when you pull the trigger. Just random shit for $1.50 each. It was really a lot of fun. So then we went to bed late and we woke up early in the morning. I woke up at 5 because I'm essentially my son. My son is me. I am my son, and we are very excited about Christmas. And so we run in, do all that and all that good stuff. So my wife got me an Apple Watch, a Series 3, the LTE version, which I would have been happy enough with just the regular version, but she went all out and was like, here, have the cellular version as well. And I was like, fuck. But it's really funny because then I turned around and I got her an Apple Watch. So we gave each other the same gift.
But you got her the Wi-Fi version, didn't you?
I did.
She's like,
suck it.
Nice, I guess.
Well, you sent us because you got the remote and you got what else? Didn't you get something else? Wasn't there something else that you got that was pretty dope?
I got Ashley also got me. She got me the movie pass.
Yeah, that was it. And because we always joke about how the beautiful thing about Ash is that she is a shitty gift giver, but it all comes from like a really good place. She's just really terrible at it. And like I was like, damn, Ash fucking knocked it out of the park this year. Like she did good.
Yep. Yeah. And they got me a giant whiteboard for 8-bit Geek, and so that way
I was about to. Right after that, was when you're like, "Oh, I should post our review today," and I was like, "Man, maybe if you had that written on that fucking whiteboard, you'd remember."
I would have seen it and been like, "Oh shit, that's right."
but I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'll be good."
Yeah, Doug has one chance to be good this year. One day.
I said it. I would have laughed really hard. And then she got me like a robe and things like that. But overall, I mean, she knocked it out of the park. That movie pass is going to come in handy. So,
yeah.
And then of course, Colin made out like a thief. He got
I saw the picture.
It's ridiculous. He's got so many people who care about him and like send over gifts and give him shit. Like he makes out like he's an only child, so of course he gets a little spoiled around the holidays. So I got him our big gift to him. We won't go through everything, but the big gift that we got for him was a PC steering wheel and pedal system because he loves playing racing games. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
And so we got him that, and so that was good. Funny story though, we did get him a basketball hoop, an indoor basketball hoop. I spent 3 hours putting it together, and I everything looks smaller at Costco because it's a giant facility, a giant warehouse. So I was like, oh, this will fit. Put it together. Oh boy, that was a mistake. So 3 hours wasted. I had to disassemble it and bring it back. So yeah.
You could have banked the ball off the ceiling. It's cool. That's just an extra move.
All I thought was like, oh, he's gonna break everything in this house if we leave this. So everybody was over. We had ham dinner and all that good stuff. I'm full, and that was Christmas. Christmas was fantastic, and zombie coming in,
cheering 500 bits. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Kev off his job here.
Yeah, not paying attention.
No, I was going to say something. I didn't want to cut you off and be like, hey, Jay, it was a cool story, and I'm going to let you finish, but Zombie 13 just used 500 bits.
Kev, how was your amazing day?
Oh, it was fantastic. Moving on. No, I know you guys hate me for saying it, but we don't really celebrate Christmas. Especially me personally, after working 15 years in retail, I've come to hate Christmas, not because of the actual holiday, but because of, the stuff we had to put up with for the last 15 years. Anyone who's worked in retail, Black Friday and Christmas are really tough weeks and days to get through. So I don't know. For me, Christmas was a day of rest. So once again, waking up today without my alarm is really nice. Except I have my alarm set Monday through Friday, so it went off anyway.
Yeah.
Both me and my wife, we both were like, "Oh fuck, alarm!"
Yeah. No, I turned my alarm off when I took like most of last week off, so I turned my alarm off like Wednesday, and then like last night I was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta make sure I'm awake before the goddamn kid."
Yeah.
Better set a fucking alarm, son of a bitch.
But I mean, it was pretty standard. My wife's actually we're turning the second bedroom into her office right now, and so she spent last night and pretty much all of today painting it and getting it prepared. It looks awesome. So I mean, that's been.
You didn't help her paint?
No, I let her do it. I let her do it herself. She's doing just fine, and I had to put in time for video games and stuff, I guess, and relaxing. I'm there to help if she needed it. She didn't need it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's cool.
Listen, I know your intentions and I know what you mean, but the way it came across.
Plus, I'll just screw it up anyway.
Hey, she's a strong, independent woman. She don't need no fucking man.
Yeah. That and like once again, I suck at things.
Yeah.
So I just
Kevin be like,
last thing. It was like, I'll help.
I painted the wall, and it's like a different shade entirely. And she's like, "Where the fuck did you get this paint from, Kev?"
Yeah, we didn't even have this in the house.
Yeah, it's not even in the room. Like, where the fuck were you getting this paint?
When Zombie made that latest sketch of us, he was all too accurate with my side. Just painting the wrong color on the sign. So that's why. But no, it other than that, it's been fine. And while we were doing that, by the way, King Rex donated 1 bit. Thank you so much, King Rex. And Snorkel just subscribed. Yay!
Hey, thanks, Snorkel.
So I mean, it was just a day of chilling. I really appreciated it. I'm just grateful for everything. I called my parents. It was good to hear from them. It's just I care more about just hearing about other people having a good day. It's nice having a day where you can go on Facebook and not having everyone just start drama about the most menial of shit. So it's nice. I appreciate days like that.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you had a good day, and I hope all the listeners out there had a wonderful Christmas. And I'd like to say this: if you don't have family, you always have us. Come hang out in Discord, and I swear to God, you'll get through the day. I know that the holidays are sometimes the most depressing part of the year, but come let us cheer you up. Sometime come hang out with us. We'll be sure to put a smile on your face, and we'll be your family for the holidays. Okay.
Yeah, and on top of that, like I was saying, Kev and I were both streaming today. Also, there was always something going on. So
yeah.
All right, let's get into the top 5. Okay, this is the format. We're going to start with TV shows, move on to films, and then end with video games. Obviously, we're going to count it down from 5 to 1, except for Doug, which is every year. So
I'll try my best to I'll look at my list and I'll try to put them in the order which I see from 5 to 1. But I don't have it written out that way.
Okay, I'll start it off here, and with TV shows, my number 5 was Rick and Morty. It was back this year. It's definitely, if that show is on, it's making my top 5 no matter what, because it's just such a fantastic show. I know that some people said that the writing wasn't as good this year as past. I found it to be quite excellent. I laughed a lot. It was some great episodes, and we got fucking Pickle Rick. And if that doesn't put it in your top 5, you're not a fucking human being.
That's right.
You got Szechuan sauce. What are you talking about?
Oh, that too.
Mine, number 5, was something a little bit out of the ordinary because I found it on Netflix. Me and Debbie, we found a show called Crazy Head, which is from the BBC. It's really cool. It's a show about two women who basically they're like demon hunters. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, except with British folks. It's pretty funny. It's only a 6-episode series, because that's how they do it in England. They'll do 6 episodes a season, and it was really funny. And it had some really cool stars in it. I liked it a lot. It's called Crazy Head. That was my number 5.
Doug?
I think my number 5 this year is going to be Star Wars Rebels. This season is their final season, and you just realized you forgot Rebels, huh?
No, I wanted to put it on the list, but Colin and I have not finished it yet.
Yeah. Well, the show is it's done for this part of the season. It's going to come back, I think, in January and wrap up with its final 3 episodes or something like that. It's been good, and I'm also counting the class season as well, because that obviously ended, I think, in 2017, late 2017. Mm-hmm. It's a phenomenal show. And this season especially starts tying it to Rogue One, and you're starting to see some of those characters reappear, and you're starting to see some of that stuff come into play, stuff with the Kyber crystals, and what are they doing with them, and what is the Empire up to. So we don't know how it ends. I do know, I just read an article that apparently a new Star Wars comic came out, takes place around Empire Strikes Back, and Captain Syndulla is in it, so we know that she makes it at least that far. So nice. We'll know at least one character, and I guess Chopper, because Chopper was also in Rogue One. At least 2 people make it out of this season. So I'm really interested to see how it ends.
We'll see. All right, let's move on to number 4. My number 4 was Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh shit! Yeah.
This show, I know a lot of people like to make fun of the CW superhero shows, but this show this year has knocked it out of the fucking park. And if you're not into it, I get it. But if you watch just this season, you will be entertained in more ways than you can imagine. The storylines are ridiculous. They pretty much said, all right, let's be done being serious. Let's just have fucking fun. And that's what this season was all about. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Fuck yes. Kev?
My number 4, and it's not per se 2017, I don't think, but maybe there was a season this year, but this is the season. This is the year I finally started watching it. Black Mirror.
New season in 5 days, man. 4 days.
Really?
December 29th,
yeah.
Season 4. Yeah, dude.
Okay. Yeah, I started watching that. I started from episode 1 in the season 1, and I zoomed right through it. I fucking love that show. It's like Twilight Zone for geeks. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, every episode's something different. They kind of tie into each other. There's little callbacks on certain episodes, but I love that it's kind of like this future, and it kind of shows where we're going with it, but it's like a Twilight Zone vibe to it. I highly recommend Black Mirror if you haven't seen it. And once again, this is a BBC show, so maybe 3 to 4 episodes per season. It's really easy to get through, except the latest season was like 6 or 7.
Hey, Twilight Zone is coming back. They've got a tough road ahead of them competing with that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially since I think Twilight Zone is it's on TBS. What channel is it on?
I'm not sure. The thing that it does have going for it is that Jordan Peele is behind it. So
oh shit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job with Get Out. So
true. My number 4 would be Rick and Morty. Yeah, we kind of just echo what you were saying earlier. Funny show, some funny fucking shit. Pickle Rick all the way.
Mm-hmm. Number 3 for me is a new show that came out. It's called Orville. I mean, if you cross, what is the show? If you cross Star Trek with, why can't I think of the one with Tim Allen?
Galaxy Quest.
If you mix Galaxy Quest with Star Trek, you get Orville. I highly recommend it. They tackle some really deep shit, but they handle it really well in a very respectful manner, and they sprinkle in a lot of comedy along the way. It's one of my favorite shows of the year, and obviously because it's number 3, so I highly recommend it. Watch it. It starts up. Listen, the first episode is kind of rough, but it picks up. It's starting to find its groove, and you'll really enjoy it. So, Kev,
mine was what you guys said earlier, Rick and Morty. This season I thought was really good. It wasn't their best season. I still think season 2 was really where they did an unbelievable job. I still like the callbacks to the show. It seemed like this one, they took a while to write it, and it seemed like they still kind of were writing toward the beginning of the season, because there were some things that just didn't really pan out the way I thought it would. But I'll say this, recently they recently released like a alternate ending to the season, which, at the end of the season, it's not really spoilers, it's just something with Mr. Poopy Butthole. They did like an extended ending with him, where he's going through like this like book of memories of things that have happened to him in like the last season or whatever. And I watched that at work, and I was almost crying at my desk. Like, I never thought I would get emotional for a character named Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah.
But if you get the chance to see that, look up Rick and Morty extended season 3 ending or something like that. There's no way you're going to come out of that unfazed. I'll just tell you this right now. Like, they went out of their way to bring the feels. And especially the shit I went through this year with losing my cat, like, it fucking hit way too close to home. So that's my number 3.
Nice.
My turn?
Yeah.
Number 3, Mindhunter on Netflix, a show about people at the FBI tracking down serial killers. And not just tracking them down, but like talking to serial killers in prison and stuff to learn like why they do the things they do. It takes place in like the mid 70s or so, and it's fucking crazy. Oh, my kid's crying. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's just the people, the serial killers they talk to are based on real serial killers, like they're supposed to be who they're named after and stuff. There's one guy named Ed. The character's name is Ed, and holy shit, that character is creepy as fuck. Like, because he's very smart, and he just doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, he murdered these people, and he has like a rational reason for why he did it, or rational to him. So he's not coming off as like crazed or manic or anything. He's just like, it was just their time to go, and I just happened to be the one that was there to take care of it. It's just like, what? But they use the stuff that they learned from talking to these people to go actually like find and stop other ones. So it's really interesting. It's a little slow, but it was very enjoyable in my opinion.
Awesome. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Gotham. This show, fuck, it's firing on all cylinders. I can't, if you have not gotten into Gotham, you really need to. Yeah. It's got such great storytelling. The writers on the show need to win a fucking Emmy, and they may never, but
Yeah, they won't because of what it is, but they should because it's good.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I never thought I'd be this invested in a non-Batman Gotham, and like with Jim Gordon at the helm and following the villains and being involved in that aspect of it. You know, because when they announced it, I was like, oh, there's no fucking fucking bullshit. But I tell you, it's some of the best TV that I've watched.
No, you know, I started. This I will say this is probably an honorable mention for me. It was on my list originally, and it got removed because it's up there for me. And the thing is, like, you know, watching the first season, like, you know, because it came out like 2014. I think it was its first season, and we went to the panel for it at New York Comic Con. And at the time, there'd only been like 4 episodes out, and they showed us like the beginning of like maybe episode 4, so maybe there's only 3 out at that time. And you know, it was like, oh shit, this is crazy. But you know, by the end of the first season, you kind of hit a point where it's like, do I continue watching this show or do I move on? Like, is this worth watching? Because there's just some stuff that happens and choices that were made in writing and characters and blah blah blah. You're just like, this show. But boy, if you continue on to season 2, holy fuck, this show gets awesome. And they do a good job of balancing it out where it's not, you know, yeah, there are times you're like, okay, let's just fucking introduce every fucking villain in Batman's history or whatever. Like, this is ridiculous. But then they start introducing like villains that are also Batman's age or Bruce Wayne's age at the time of the show, or maybe younger and stuff. So you can see some of these, you know, it's like, okay, so they're not all going to be 60-year-old men by the time Batman fucking fights them. Like, they're, you know, which is nice because, you know, we're getting into season 4 right now, so Batman's like 16 years old or whatever. And you're like, all right, Penguin's going to be an alien old man by the time he actually becomes Batman. But we're starting to get Batman moments too. You know, it's awesome.
I did like I only watched the first season, maybe part of the second. I did like Fish Mooney's character, or like, yeah, I thought that was awesome. It was completely original too, right? She's new to the universe. Like, that was like someone that they
she
just
is like literally the
show.
reason why people stopped watching the show. Kev, that was one of the reasons why I was talking about like people.
Really?
Yes,
I liked her.
Oh, Fish sucked.
I thought like she came back as a badass in season 2.
I hated Fish. She was overplayed. She overacted. It was oh my god.
Well, it's Jada Pinkett, so.
Oh, I hated that.
She's
character
terrible. She's so bad. She's so bad.
Really, I don't know. I felt indifferent about that. I thought she was pretty good. But then again, I haven't watched it past season 2, so I don't know.
You need to see her. Eat it.
Oh well.
Multiple
spoiler
times.
alert.
All right, and who's next? Kev?
For number 2.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Stranger Things season 2. I thought it was very good for what it was worth. It was good build up, and I love those kids. I think those kids do a better acting job than most adults. I think it was a good show. They really pushed the 80s stuff on you hard in this one than they did in the first season. But I thought it was a great show. I loved Sean Astin's character in it. Like, yeah, it just I think it was a great way to kind of make a whole second. It was like a sequel, you know. They tried to treat them instead of like seasons like sequels, and I thought it was a great sequel worthy of it. I don't think we saw enough 11 in it, but I mean, I'm cool with that. And she was kind of doing her own thing, but she came through in the end, which it happens in sequels where you see like that, where there's a separation of it and they kind of bring everyone back to kind of finish the story. But I liked it a lot, and I can't wait till season 3. So,
my number 2 is The Punisher on Netflix.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man.
Same here.
Okay, because you know, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, all well, like I can find good things in a lot of them. Like Iron Fist was not very good. Defenders was decent. Luke Cage was decent, had some really good moments. Jessica Jones was decent, had some good moments, but overall a little kind of weak in comparison to Daredevil. Like Daredevil has been good through and through. And one of the best parts of Daredevil season 2 is the Punisher. So they give him his own show, and I know some people that had some issues with it because he's kind of like, I'm not the Punisher. I don't want to be the Punisher. I'm not the Punisher. That's not who I am. I'm not the fucking Punisher. And then when he becomes the Punisher, when he fucking puts the costume on and he paints the fucking skull on it, and he goes out, it's the fucking Punisher. And that show is brutal as fuck. And I thought it was a good movie. You get to see like some like kind of espionage-ish like dealing with like government stuff. It was pretty good. And he gets fucked. People get fucked up. brutally.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It was a good show, and it's one of those where I know that I think they just said it's going to get a season 2, but it makes me wonder what they're going to do with the whole Netflix Disney's own streaming service, because you can't put a show like that on fucking Disney. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how you do it, man.
Hey, Disney at night.
Disney at night.
Disney After Dark.
Disney After Dark. All right, number 1 on TV shows here. I went with Stranger Things 2. It was, I mean, it doesn't get better than that show. I cannot. I have a personality where I cannot binge things. I have to I take my time to go through it, kind of like video games as well, and
Books.
I get made for it. And books, I cannot sit for long periods of time, and so I have to get up and I have to be doing something unless I'm focused in extremely creating or something like that. So yeah, Stranger Things 2 has been, I binged it. I fucking finished it in one night and I loved it. I loved every second of it. I want more. Can't wait for season 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just interject before Kevin goes, because mine was also Stranger Things season 2. I just want to it was number 1 show of the year, Stranger Things season 2. So Kev, what was yours?
Mine, surprisingly, and is out of left field for you guys, but Twin Peaks. They finally released season 3 after 25 years. And it was confusing as any David Lynch film or movie or anything creation could be. But it was fantastic. And you got some closure. But the best thing about it was seeing these characters that you loved or you grew up with in Twin Peaks, seeing where they've gone after all these years. And once again, it still retains the campiness of Twin Peaks, but there's a lot darker of a factor, especially now that this was on Showtime and not on network TV. So they were able to get away with a lot more just crazy violence and nudity
CBS,
and stuff.
CBS or whatever it was on before.
I would think it was
NBC?
ABC.
Yeah, you may be right.
Yeah, but they got away with a lot more in it. I thought it was great. I loved it. The ending of it, even though they were saying this is the end of Twin Peaks or whatever, now they're saying there's a possibility of a season 4. But I mean, we've waited 25 years for a season 3. I'm not holding my breath for season 4. But the way it ended left it, once again, Vic and Lynch opened it up for left more questions than answers, but it was very satisfying.
As they do.
Yeah.
You know what, though? They kind of did the same thing with X-Files, right? Because X-Files off the air for 20 years or whatever, then they bring it back for that one supposed to be a little mini series, and now they're about to start what's supposed to be its final official season. I think Gillian Anderson says she's not doing any more after this. She posted a picture of her putting on the red wig. She says for the final time. We'll see, but
money. No,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think they may bring. I think that there's a I don't say demand, but people would obviously like to see it, and I think that after the success of that season, that they may be enticed to make another, even if it is just for one more. We're starting to see that a little bit more, where these older shows are coming back for, even if it's just one season, seasons. They always say, well, just one more season, and then maybe they'll do 2.
Yeah.
Roseanne coming back soon.
The Office is coming back.
The Office is supposed to be coming back.
No.
Yeah.
With Michael Scott?
No.
Oh, well then.
It's going to be a mix of new characters and old characters.
I don't know. I'm not, because we talked about that a couple of years ago with that and 30 Rock trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if it's more,
30 Rock never happened though.
And plus The Office, if they could find another Michael Scott or find something that works, instead of having to finish out a season just out of need and sloppy writing, everything fell apart for that after Michael Scott left. So I think they could do it right if they find the right person. So
yeah. But going back to Twin Peaks, I think the difference between Twin Peaks and X-Files, though, I think X-Files originally ended on somewhat of a common ground. Twin Peaks 25 years ago ended on the craziest twist that was holy shit, what's going to happen next season? Oh, wait, it got canceled. It was one of those things because, I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to go back and watch Twin Peaks, but something major happens and then it's over. And it's what the fuck? And then people waited 25 years for season 3.
Yeah, true. I will also do though, and it's one of those just weird coincidence things where one of the characters in season 2 says something I'll talk to you again in 25 years.
Yeah, well,
like a main character
allude to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that gum you like is coming back in style, and and then like there was the one. Yeah, he's like, I'll see you in 25 years, and no one fucking everyone just put that in the back of their mind,
and then 25 years later,
yeah,
it's like what?
Then it happened.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to films. I think that I'm going to surprise you guys.
So Zombie, real quick, Zombie says they should watch showrunners to watch the 9th season of Scrubs as a cautionary tale. Fucking amen. Scrubs 2.0 season 9, fucking terrible. If you ever watch Scrubs, stop at 8. Don't watch 9.
All right, I think maybe there'll be some surprises from everybody, but all right, let's jump into films. This time we'll start with Kev. Kev, we'll start with you.
Okay.
We'll go to Doug and then myself. So what was your number 5 film of 2017?
Number 5, man, my films were a little out of place, but I placed them the best I can. I think my number 5 was Baby Driver.
Motherfucker, that was mine.
That's mine.
Well, look at that. You guys are like, I'm gonna surprise you. I loved it. I love the soundtrack too. I still listen to the soundtrack at least like once a week. And I loved how they made the movie kind of coincide with the soundtrack. Like they were firing guns off or action sequences were happening to the beat of the song. I thought it was great. And I hate to say it, but Kevin Spacey was amazing in it. And then he ended up being such a piece of shit. But I like the actors in it. I think that it was just all around. The story wasn't solid. It wasn't like anything amazing, but it was just all around. I think the cinematography of it, and it was great. And the action sequences were fantastic. If you're into car movies, it's not quite Fast and the Furious, but it is very action packed. I liked it a lot. I like Baby Driver. So that's my number 5. So I guess, what do you guys have to say about Baby Driver?
You have said it all, my friend.
Yeah, it was a great movie. It was a lot of fun. It was really well done.
Yep. Number 4.
My number 4. Now this is one you definitely guys aren't going to say anything about. The Disaster Artist. So I saw that last weekend, or was it 2 weekends ago? Whenever the weekend Star Wars came out, like that weekend, got to see it, and I loved it. It was seriously like the things that James Franco went through to be Tommy Wiseau. Like he nailed it, and it was kind of scary because like he was doing like kind of like how Jim Carrey did The Man on the Moon, with when he was doing what's his name.
Adam Kaufman, Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Yeah, it was kind of like that, where he was just really in character all the time, and it was hilarious. Like it was good, and the fact that they shot I think they shot the whole film of The Room, because at the end of the movie, before the credit sequence, they show the shots like comparison, and they do like they showed like all these shots that like just weren't even included in. So I would like to see like, the Blu-ray extras or whatever, if it's just basically James Franco remade The Room, which I would watch because I thought it was hilarious. But it was really good. I like the Disaster Artist a lot. You don't even really need to watch The Room going into it to understand what's going on, but I loved it.
Doug?
Number 4. Okay, this is a tough one because I have 2 movies technically that they're neck and neck for me, and I think they both kind of belong in this spot. Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they're both really fun Marvel movies that came out this year. I think Spider-Man might edge out Thor just because it's Marvel's first like foray into Spider-Man territory. But fucking Thor was fun. So it's really tough. I love Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It was a fun movie, so I think it's gonna be my number 4. But Thor is so fucking close.
Thor is gonna take my honorable mention.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be my honorable mention as well.
Because I didn't make my top 5, but I sure as shit just would struggle to get it in. I want it in there. I just can't fit it in. Like it was so good.
Same.
So my number 4 was Get Out.
Okay.
I did not see this film in theaters. It sat in my queue forever, and I was like, all right. One night I was just like, all right, fuck it. Let me just watch this. Everybody's going crazy over it. I was glued to the edge of my seat. What a mind fuck of a film, and what a wonderful shit. Oscars all around. Just give them to everybody.
I'd love to see this win some. This is another movie on my list that I'd love to see win some Oscars. It probably won't, but it should.
So good.
So good. Go see that if you have a chance too. So, all right, let's move on to number 3.
You guys are gonna be mad at me for this, but Star Wars: Last Jedi, number 3.
That was my number 3.
Yeah, like it was great, but it wasn't. I mean, we talked about this last week on last week's show. It was great, but it wasn't my favorite Star Wars. So, I mean, I can understand. It definitely makes the top 5 though, because it is a great film. It's just something that I think there was some better films that came out this year. Obviously, my 2 and 1 are better. You know,
I loved the Star Wars film, and it made it like it's almost automatic when a Star Wars film comes out that it's going to be number 1 for me.
Right.
But
and I thought that was going to be all of ours, really.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's I think it was last year with Rogue One.
The thing that brings it down for me is that I didn't have the need or want to go back to see it a second time.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens.
Like I want to go see it for a second time, but I'm not like pressed to go see it again. Like I'm not like rushing to go see it again. I want to, but I'm like I'll find when I find time.
The Force Awakens, saw it 3 times in the theater. The first 2 times, I fucking teared up when that lightsaber flung past a Kylo Ren and then into the hand of Rey, and it got me so fucking pumped with emotions. And this movie did not do that for me as much, and so it's still great. But it doesn't have the same feelings that the first the Force Awakens or even Rogue One had for me. It makes the list, but it does stop at 3.
What about you, Doug?
My number 3 is Get Out.
Nice.
Yeah. Which I'll just echo what you said. We watched it actually relatively recently, and I was kicking myself for not having seen it sooner. It was good. It was tense. It was times predictable, but predictable in a way that a movie like this should be predictable, where you like if you're paying attention you should be piecing things together first. There's a part where like B called something and B actually left. He had to leave early because he had like a job interview the next morning, so he was just like notice things about these characters, they're all similar in like what they're wearing or whatever. I don't want to give anything away for people who haven't seen it, but it's just like, just look, there's all something very similar about them. And we're like, oh shit, I wonder if you're right. I wonder if it has something to do with this. And then later you're like, son of a bitch! Fucking I mean, he wasn't even there for that. It was just like, oh shit, someone tell B was right. Like, fucking Christ, are you kidding me? But it was good, and there's time like mind trippy too at times, where it was just kind of like, oh, this is like a scary movie, and then like I'm floating in space. Like it was crazy. So it was really good. And again, like Jordan Peele should get awards for this. His directing, the writing, like all of it was so well done, and it's so very good. So that's my number 3. Yeah.
3.
My number 2, I'll start this one off just because it was Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You guys have said everything that I would say about it, so you guys go on with yours.
Well, and funny you say that. My number 2 is Get Out.
Oh, shit.
And the thing is, I saw that in theaters, and I was trying to get you guys. I can't believe you guys slept on it so long, because I think I came out of that theater. I was like, you guys need to fucking see this as soon as possible. Yeah. And then you both were like, yeah, okay, cool.
No, that's the thing. It's like one of the things I've Jared's a little more freedom. He has an older child, but like I still have like a young kid at home. It's harder for me to go to movies. I can't just like, when we go to movies, I typically go to midnight releases now. I go when he's asleep because it's hard for me to find time to go on a weekend or whatever. Then, and Jared also has times where like he sends his kid away for like the weekend or whatever, or his kid's in school also. So if he has a day off, his kid's in school, he just can go to a movie. Not that he does, but and then Kev, you are never going to reproduce, so you don't have to worry about shit. So you're going to the movie whatever the fuck you want. So.
And
freedom.
I think the fun thing is with Ash and I is that if we wanted, when Colin was a baby and when he was growing up, before he could go to a movie theater with us, we would take turns going to see the same movie. Like I would go to like a 6 o'clock showing, and then Ashley would go to like the 9 o'clock showing if we really wanted to see something. And we'd do that not only because we wanted to see it, because we respect the fucking theater as well, and we're not going to carry a goddamn baby to go see movies.
Thank
Agreed.
You, sir.
100%
Thank you for
agreed.
your service.
Yeah, 100% agreed. And
So-
I don't know, like, my dad and I have been talking because he wants to go see Star Wars, and it's like a thing for he and I to go see the Star Wars movies together. And then, like, Ed and I want to go see Disaster Artist, so, like, we're talking about doing that. And, like, so it's just hard. Like, when am I going to find time to go see these movies? I'm off work for the next 2 weeks because I'm taking vacation time, like, off. So I'll have time, but there's still... when am I going to have time? Because I've got these fools with me, or expecting me to be home, or depending on me, whatever. So I don't know. I'll figure it out because I want to, But point being, like, that's why I didn't go see it because I didn't see it on an opening night. There wasn't like a big opening, like Star Wars or Thor.
Well, it was one
Spider-Man.
of those movies that was a word of mouth movie. Like once it came out, then once it was like people started saying good things about it. But once it really started getting around, that's when it started taking off. Like I thought it was great. I didn't see it till about maybe the second week out, and I fell in love with it. Now it still sits like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that really, matters much, but I mean that's saying a lot. A lot of people love that film, and there was just a lot of things to work out with it. I thought Get Out was amazing.
I just thought of another movie that should have been on my. I'll mention it when we're done. I just thought of another one that should be on my honorable mentions.
We're at number 2, and I think Kev just went. What's yours?
Mine was
Doug's
Star Wars. His was Get Out. Yours is.
Mine is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Mine got the same stuff.
It got that high ranking because once again saw it in the theater multiple times, so that gives it a plus on my list. Movies don't do that for me. A lot of the time, I'll wait for it at home to watch it a second time. So if you get me out in the theater multiple times, A plus. But what a fucking way to redeem the Spider-Man fucking name and the series and everything that is about Spider-Man. And they nailed Spider-Man. They absolutely fucking nailed him. And it was a beautiful movie. Yeah, it has flaws. Every movie does, but Marvel just they made me fall in love with Spider-Man again, and it was tough after the last couple films. So,
all right, I think for our number 1, we should all say our number 1 at the same time because I have a feeling it might be the same fucking movie at this point.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
It won't.
Okay.
1, 2,
3. Logan.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, Logan. That was crazy. I totally forgot.
You got logo.
No, he said Wonder Woman. I said Logan. You said Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I wanted to say Logan. Logan made my honorables because I wanted to say that. But man, I really dug Homecoming. Piggybacking on Jer, like there was just some scenes in it that were like, holy shit. Once again, it just shows how awesome Michael Keaton is playing Vulture. And I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, but the movie's been out for a while. There's just a scene where Peter Parker's in the car with Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton finally puts it together that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and the look that fucking Michael Keaton makes is like something straight out of like The Grinch. Like his mouth just fucking just evil stare.
That scene is probably one of the top 3 scenes in cinema this year.
Yeah, easily.
I will go on and say that. Like it was absolutely phenomenal, and everybody raved about it.
Yeah, I mean that whole sequence of events was amazing. The thing I couldn't care less would be that fucking Spider-Man's friend, because I know everyone needs like a little sidekick or a shitty like comedic relief. I was not a fan of that kid.
Oh, I liked him. I liked him a lot.
I don't know. I didn't think he was very good.
Well, you're an idiot. You know what I didn't like?
You said urine.
Urine. I don't like urine. No, I don't. I didn't care for Zendaya, whatever the fuck her name is, as Michelle. Like, I liked her character being like the snarky little like. What? Am I the only one paying attention? You know, like.
Oh,
all this
you
shit.
say about the one that ends up being MJ.
It's MJ. Like.
Yeah, that was uncalled. They didn't need to do that.
That was dumb. But I mean, no. Logan for me is one of the best movies because I think it's a phenomenal send off to what has been our Wolverine and will forever be our Wolverine. Doesn't matter who the fuck they cast next. Like Hugh Jackman will forever and always be our Wolverine. I say that, and now Disney's going to cast someone else, and we're going to love them. But like, it was great. It was a great movie. It was great storytelling. Everyone cried. Like, holy shit. And Patrick Stewart. Oh, it was just a fucking great movie. And that's one that I literally feel like should be up for awards, because it transcended like this whole, like, it's an X-Men movie. It's all about blah, 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 blah. Like, it went on to like this, it transcended into like, just, we always talk about how, oh man, we'll never see like a Marvel movie. We'll never see Captain America get an Oscar nod. They'll get it for like CG and sound or whatever. But like, this is one that needs it for writing and directing. Yeah. Like, Mangold deserves it. Like, it was great. Hugh Jackman as Old Man Logan was brutal and like raw and in a way we've never seen this character before. And it's crazy to think that this is the same guy that we started watching in 2000 as a young, Wolverine. And like, here we are, like saying goodbye to him, almost 20 years later, in a masterpiece. It was a great movie. I can't rave about it enough. It was incredible. It was breathtaking.
About the crying part too, like I was able to hold it together that whole movie until they fucking took the cross and turned it into an X. I bawled out. I was like, fuck you guys.
That's where everybody lost it for the most part. Mine was Wonder Woman, which didn't seem to make anyone's list.
Well, I wanted to. There was a lot of good movies this year. There was a lot of them I cut out. I didn't even include Blade Runner, which I just was reminded of by Lalo in the chat.
No.
Like, there was a lot of good movies that came out this year. So I had to pick and choose, but these are the ones that really like stuck in my mind, I guess.
Yeah, Wonder Woman was great, and that's the thing. We were talking about this earlier, where I was like, "Fuck, I wish I could have seen y'all's list." But at the same time, like, no, I stand by my 5 movies. I think
I stand by my 5. Yeah,
I think Wonder Woman actually might have been like number 6. You know what I mean? Like, and another one I was thinking of when I was mentioning earlier, I was like, oh shit, I just thought of one that should have been my honorable mention was the final Planet of the Apes movie, the War of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I still have to start those movies.
Like, holy shit, the final this is the last one. Holy shit, guys, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I need to finish it. That was the one where I walked out of the theater because it was 150 degrees in the summertime. So
yeah,
they didn't fix the AC. So Wonder Woman is mine. Man, I don't know if there was just a. It almost gets my top nod just for the World War I scene where she's going through the battlefield and she just turns it on, it encompasses everything of what a hero would be. I think it's a great role model for women and for girls. Like, girls finally have someone to look up to. I'm not saying that they didn't have anyone to look up to before, but there's so many roles that men have in all of these superhero films and everything. And that's why I appreciate the new all these women at the forefront of the Star Wars universe as well. Because it's just like, we have just a ton of male features for all these Marvel films and DC and all that. So to have a film do what it did and do the numbers that it did, I think it's absolutely phenomenal, and I respect the shit out of it. And it's the one movie that DC got right and they should have gotten right, and it came together. And it had everything from the chemistry of what's his face? What's his name? Yeah,
Chris
Pine.
Yeah.
It was great. It blended enough. Yeah, fuck CGI with DC doing it for every goddamn villain that they put into the movie. Like, that's the shortcoming of that. But everything else, I
but
really
even Ares in that movie looked way better than fucking Wolfenstein. Because you could still see Daniel Thewis's face behind like the CG like fiery helmet.
Yeah. So fuck, I forgot to put it on my list. God.
Yeah, it was another one that snuck in. That was another fantastic film. Man, I mean, like I said, there's just so many good movies that came out this year. It was another great film that definitely, if we had a top 10, I think we would have really covered the bases.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Fuck it, 5. I mean, we got to go 5. We have to make sacrifices. But yes,
I still haven't seen it.
You still haven't seen it? Oh, I mean, there's got to be a copy on
Oh
the
no,
store
there's
by
a
now.
no, yeah, no. It's available for me to watch at any time. I'm just a pussy.
You should. Oh, it's so good.
No, I think
Oh, I forgot. You play the. No, I thought you would.
no,
go
I,
there, and
I
thought
fucking love scary movies. I just can't wait to. I just haven't had time to watch it. Ed and I are planning on watching it. I think together at some point. So,
Nice.
you know,
you should get together with Jerry. You guys can sit on the same couch again.
No, that movie I got through just fine. If you could get through Stranger Things, this one is nothing.
There was one scene that did creep me out. I'm not going to spoil it for Doug. So
no, I can't
we'll
wait.
Talk about it after he sees it.
I can't wait. No, I'm excited.
Yeah, there's definitely creepy parts.
I listened to the book. Remember, I just recently this year listened to the 44-hour fucking long hour book. And that was because it was around the time the movie's coming out. I was like, I'm going to listen to this before I could see the movie. And then it was like, cool, I finished the book. Oh, the movie's been out of the theater for 2 months. Shit. So, and the book is one there. I'm telling you, there are times where I'm driving home from work. It's only like a 30-minute drive where I am like 5 minutes from home, and I'm like, I cannot wait to get home. I cannot wait to turn this fucking book off. Like, fuck this. This is fucked up.
All right, let's hit up video games. We'll start this time with Doug. I'll go second, and we'll end with Kev to round it out here. So this is the last top 5 of the show. Video games best for last. Let's hit it up.
All right. Number 5 for me. This list is actually pretty good in the order that it's in. I may switch like two games around, but my number 5. Okay, here's another thing. I can't remember half the shit I played this year, so
I had to look up mine as well. I was like, games that were released in 2017.
I should have done that, and I also went through like my Steam library to see like what's the most recently played stuff to kind of just see like, what have I played recently? Fuck, I don't remember. And then as well as like all my other stuff. So my number 5 right now is Battlefront 2, and the reason for it is because I did the entire the single player mission. And I loved it. I loved how it tied the stuff together. I loved the characters.
The new missions.
Yeah.
I am stuck on that stupid piece of shit space battle where you have to protect the bombers. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
it's the one where you just where you're in an X-wing, and I'm like, fuck that. It's like an hour. God damn it! And I keep failing.
Oh. Oh, no, I loved it, and I thought like the space battles, in my opinion, the story were better than the multiplayer stuff because the obviously the maps are different and a lot more fun. There was one space battle in the new stuff where it was just like, this is very long and it's very dumb, but it's fun. You know, you're in the fire at least. I don't know. There was just something about it. I thought it was very well done. And I like the characters, and I immediately finished that game, and then like after finishing it, I jumped right into the Battlefront 2 book, the audiobook like that went with it, that's narrated by the actress that did Aiden, and so I got to learn a little bit more about those characters before what happened before the game. You know, like what started Inferno Squad. It was fun. I liked it a lot, and I haven't done a lot of multiplayer. We did a lot when it first came out, but I haven't really been back to it. But, you know, the second that new DLC dropped, I immediately got back in the game because I was like, fuck yeah, I want to know what happens. Like, tell me more. So.
My number 5 was Wolfenstein 2. I just finished it, and I instantly was like, oh, this is number 1. This is fucking number 1. This is number 1. And then I looked at the games that I played throughout the year, and I went, there's no fucking way. Like, as much, like, not in a bad way, but I was just like, this game is a must play, and it's on my list because of that. The story is so insane, but they actually added a lot of current events. They added a lot of, like, I know it takes place in the past, but it deals with a lot of deep shit as well in this game. It makes you like fucking go, oh my God, like my life. And I really think everybody should give it a chance. It's a great shit. So it's some great shit. So number 5, Wolfenstein 2. Kev!
Number 5 for me was South Park.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I did hear you judge me when I said number 5, Wolfenstein 2, when you went.
No, I was surprised because like you spoke so highly of it yesterday.
Yeah, no, I mean, but you got to sit back after the honeymoon ends, right? And you got to be like, all right, let me really judge this for, you know, what it is and up against what I thought were top contenders, and so it still made the list.
I mean, as it should have, but no. So mine is South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I thought it was hilarious. They brought it again. Like, I didn't think they would be as good since it didn't have, like, Ubisoft got rid of the guys who worked on the first South Park. The first South Park was done by Obsidian, and They kept like the same style, but it was different people making it. But then you realize like the writers and everything are obviously just going to be Trey Parker, and Matt Stone or whatever.
Yeah.
So the storyline was hilarious. It was very up to date. They go even further, is just really trying to offend people and push the envelope as far as what they can get away with in a video game. I liked it a lot. I laughed my ass off thoroughly throughout this game. There was some new gameplay mechanics that weren't too hard to get used to. Like I thought it was pretty cool. I liked what they introduced into the game, and it turned out a lot better than I thought it would be, not being under the helm of Obsidian.
All right, number 4.
Number 4. Boop, 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 boop. So this is, I'm gonna hate going first because again, I'm afraid you guys are gonna say something. I'm like, oh shit, that should be on my list. It should have been there. I'm gonna say this is one that I know I sunk hundreds of hours into this year, even before it was its official release last week.
Yeah.
And that is PUBG.
PUBG, yeah.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That game, fuck that game. and I feel like that's why when I was going like, man, what the fuck did I play this year? I don't remember playing anything else this year but PUBG.
We played so much PUBG, and it, yeah.
It was a fun
But it
game.
is fun.
It's a great game to play with friends, and like part of the reason why I feel like our Discord has done so well is because you guys in the chat and those that are listening and those that are in Discord and stuff, like you guys have, you used our Discord to talk to each other and play PUBG with each other and like form friendships with each other outside of the three of us, outside of listening to us three idiots gamer about bullshit. Like you guys like would go in there and play games and get to know each other. And then then after that, you guys use the chat to listen to while we did our shows on Monday nights. You'd go in there, you may still be playing PUBG, but you'd still be like, there was one night I looked over in our Discord and there was like 20 people in the general chat room like talking to each other during one of our shows, and they were all in our chat and stuff too. And it was just like, what the fuck is happening over there? That's really cool. But so PUBG for me that's my number 4.
Nice. Number 4 for me was a PS4 exclusive, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Fuck! See? God!
Yeah, good game. Good game.
That game had it was just the fact that you could fucking beat the shit out of robot dinosaurs. Come on. That it was so much fun. The story was incredible. And it was a great game overall. So number 4 was that for me. How about you, Kev?
My number 4 was definitely different from what you guys, because I'm this game is near and dear. The series is near and dear to my heart.
Zelda.
It's
Persona.
what?
Sorry, I was trying to guess.
You were trying to guess.
5.
I said Zelda.
You're both.
Right.
Persona 5.
Yeah.
Persona 5, everybody.
I fucking knew it.
I love Persona. And Persona 5 was unbelievable. I'm like 60 hours into it and I'm still not even finished with it. And it's still fucking great. But the battle system in it is so refined. And like, I love the way it looks. The UI is amazing. The sound, I love Shoji Meguro's soundtrack to it. It's great. It's a great story so far. Persona 5 is one of the best RPGs that came out this year. Just like Persona 4 was when it came out, and Persona 3 when it came out. Like, it's just an unbelievable... It's very JRPG, obviously, but it's a very fun game to play through, and I just love everything that the team has put into it. It's like the Persona team, the Shin Megami Tensei team. So I absolutely love it. That's my number 4, though. I would like to put it higher up, but there was some damn good games that came out this year. Also, we just got another sub from Bladeside. He subscribed to us. Thanks, Bladeside.
All right, so let's move on to number 3. Doug.
Sorry, I was reading you in the chat. Are you talking to Zombie about the shirt design right now in the middle of our chat?
I just, it was on my mind.
It's almost as bad as that came on Steam.
All right. Number 3 for me is Tales from the Borderlands.
Nice.
A Telltale series. Phenomenal soundtrack to that game. Helped me discover some sick ass tunes like was it Busy Earnin' by Jungle? Shit. It was funny. It had that charm of Borderlands about it, where things were fucked up and hilarious and presented in a funny way. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it makes me really curious, kind of how they're gonna do things in Borderlands 3. Yeah, 3.
That should be 3
because of things that happen in this game. Will obviously
Don't spoil it.
Well, I'm just saying there's things that will have like resounding effects on whatever happens next, like with certain characters and a whole bunch of things. So, I've yeah. Oh fuck, man. There's just shit that happens unless it happens somehow before Tales from the Borderlands. I don't know. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm just starting episode 2 and that, and I'm loving it. For Telltale, they did an amazing job of streamlining the story of this game. Like, it's a lot easier to play than previous Telltale games, and the story, it just keeps you going. It's hilarious. A lot of laughs. Like I said, I've only played the first episode so far, but man, I'm loving it.
It's so funny. And that's the one that has Busy earning it. One of the things I love about this series in particular is that like you'll play for like 30 minutes or so before you see the title of the game where it's like Borderlands, but it has that Borderlands quality to it where it's like they put the titles in the environment, so you'll see like Borderlands will be like, you know what I mean, like it looks like it's part of the environment and like things are interacting with it or whatever while there's like a cutscene happening and stuff. Like there's one part where it's like on a ship and there's all these ships and stuff, like the ship will turn in space or whatever and it'll be like a Telltale series, you know, Tales from the Borderlands. You know, and it's just really cool how they do that, and it's very Borderlandsy in the way they do it. And then again, the soundtrack to it is fucking great. It's so good.
Yeah,
awesome. My number 3 was The Legend of Zelda on the Switch.
That's my 3 as well.
There has not this game just captured me, and it did not let go. It held me tight until the very end, and I spent about 70 hours in that game. And boy, oh boy, did it! It almost ruined relationships. I just just loved it.
For me playing Zelda right now, I'm still going through the story. I beat like one of the first wonders or whatever. I'm after the second one in the desert, and I love this is Dark Souls with Legend of Zelda. As like you have to be real careful about like the weapons you use because they break. You have to be real. You have to they take a hands-off approach to it. Like you can go anywhere and do anything with this, and it seems like you're like, man, I can't cross this area. Well, there's a tree right there. I wonder if I cut down this tree if it'll work, if I could just use it. And then it works and you're like, holy shit, that's awesome. Yeah. Like it's the little things about it. And you know what? I talked so much shit about when the Switch came out that they had no games, which I still say they have no games, but the main reason I wanted to buy a Switch was for Zelda, and I was not disappointed. Like I love this game. It is amazing. And this is definitely the killer app for the Switch. At least, and now you've got other games out for it. But I mean, Zelda is it is what we thought it would be. It is amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
We just got a donation, Kev.
Yeah, Blades just donated $26 and said, "Gotta do it. Happy holidays to you guys." Thanks, Blades.
Making our total $1,169.69.
Nice.
Doug, what was your number 2?
My number 2 was South Park: Fractured Butthole.
Nice. Yeah, you put a lot of time into that as well.
I did. I beat that game. I did a 12-hour stream one Saturday, and that was a large portion of my stream was dedicated to that game. And it's so fun. It's so funny. Like it's more than just like watching an episode of South Park. It's the fact that like you're causing the things to happen in you know, essentially this long ass episode. Dude, I fucking died. Kev, did you beat the game?
Yeah.
Okay. The part where you're in the strip club and you have to do the lap dance fucking killed me. I was laughing hysterically because it turns into a fucking mini game, Jared.
Yeah, like I said, they're different like gameplay mechanics. Yeah,
yes.
And it's really good.
Where it's literally like a dance, almost like Dance Revolution sort of thing, where you have to hit the number or the keypad or keys. I was using a controller in a certain way to.
It's a fart
yeah. And then like the fact that there's like a whole mini game for shitting in all the toilets in South Park.
I've done that. I got that trophy.
Same, me too. Like, you know, went around pooping in every fucking toilet. So
did you buy the game on PC or did you get it on Xbox?
Well, I have it on PC, so I didn't get a trophy, but I got the achievement. So, yeah, but
okay,
yeah. It was so
I'm only missing like 3 achievements in that game, and the one of them's like beat the game on the hardest difficulty and being black. It was called like the token experience,
yeah. I don't have that one either.
and then the one where you have to beat Morgan Freeman.
I haven't done that either. Oh shit.
It's a tough fucking fight.
I fought him like twice. Yeah, and like I like that you know the point is in this one you're a superhero, so you can build a type of superhero you're gonna be, and like you get like so I started off as a brawler, so I could fight people, and then I made him a speedster brawler because you get like 3, like you unlock like I guess up to 3 different classes that you can use. You can eventually unlock all of them, and so then I was like a speedster brawler assassin or whatever, and I made my character look like fucking Green Arrow, and it was awesome as shit. Just out of like the stuff that I found and like changing the dye color of stuff, it was awesome. And I like that. I like that that you can make your person so different just based on how you want to play your superhero, essentially.
Yeah,
and how you want him to look and all that. It was so fun. It was so much fun.
Even the battle system, going back to that, it was different than the first one, as in this one you have like a grid-based battle system.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thought I was going to hate it, and I actually fell in love with that.
It was awesome. It was amazing. And yeah. Especially with the different abilities and stuff for the different superheroes. Like, you have like the speedster who like will run like essentially around the world, and they'll end up behind the person. You see them go off the left side of the screen, and then they come on the right side and they just smash the person in the face, right? Or in the back of the head, essentially, knocking them prone, and then you can knock people up up 4 squares, and then like you can, it's like chess in a way where you can like maneuver people around the board to get your advantage and fuck people up or hit people into people or knock people away, and it was awesome. It was very well done.
Yeah, agreed.
My number 2 was if you listen, if you complain about it, fuck you, okay? Because it's the Uncharted series. This year, I finished the Uncharted series, and then I also finished Uncharted 4, and so I played them all back to back as well. And I've never done that with the game series, and so I started with the first one, and I went all the way through, and it took me about 2 weeks. And I finished all 4 games.
Damn.
And what a fucking way to do that. Like, because it's all stays fresh in your mind, and it just plays through. And so all those emotions are all raw that carry over from
still fresh.
Are still fresh. And yeah, and they're raw to me still. And like, cause you're thinking back about the other stories and shit. So by the time the 4th one hit, they absolutely captured my imagination. Probably some of the best story writing I've ever seen in a video game, and I fell in love with that series and that game, and it's one of my favorites. And Naughty Dog just knocked it out of the park, and so I played through that, and it made my list just because of that. Like so good.
Are you talking Uncharted 4 then, or are you talking
the entire series?
Okay, have you played the expansion that came out recently?
I have not.
It's really good. It's its own game. Like, it's fantastic. I highly recommend playing that too.
I have to play it still. So
yeah, I finished that one. That's up there. That's an honorable mention for me too.
Kiev.
My number 2 is another Switch game. Surprisingly, Super Mario Odyssey. That game.
Surprising. I heard it's a great game.
Yeah, I mean it's probably one of the best Mario games since the N64, like Mario 64. And it plays just like that. There's a ton of replayability to it, a lot of innovation to the game, and it's just really fun to play through. Like, Mario is Mario again, like it just feels really fun to play. The hat that's with him is it's cool. You can
gimmicky?
What's that?
Not as gimmicky as once thought.
No, not at all. Cappy. Cappy is pretty fun to play with. You can like pretty much throw your cap onto any enemy and you'll become that enemy. Kind of like how Kirby does his thing. You'll gather their abilities, and it really helps in certain areas. As you gain more and more abilities, you can go back to other worlds and start collecting the missing stars or moons. And then I guess you get the true ending if you collect like 120 moons or something crazy like that, or some huge number of moons. Once you collect that, then you get like the true ending, which I haven't done yet because as soon as I finished it, I let a coworker borrow it so they could try it out. But I liked it a lot, and the soundtrack was fantastic as well too.
I'll just tell you the ending. I mean, I looked it up on YouTube. So this is what happens.
Mario gets the princess. She leaves him again.
Yeah.
Actually, the funny thing is, like they were very un-Nintendo with this. So the whole time, Bowser's trying to marry the princess. And
don't give me any spoilers.
Are you gonna play it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll just let you experience it. Then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay, let's hit up our number one. We've made it, ladies and gentlemen.
We've done it.
The final award of the evening, Doug.
All right. So far, you guys haven't mentioned anything that I like. I feel good about my list. So I hope I stick by it with this one because this is a big game or big, for everyone. Number one, right? So I think my favorite game that I played this year was another Telltale game, and it was Batman: The Telltale Series. It fucking blew me away. I love it. I love that game so much. I thought that the storytelling in that game was possibly better than some of the Arkham games, if not the Arkham games entirely.
Wow, that's legit. Does Kevin Conroy come back to voice the character?
Nope, it's Troy Baker, I believe.
Oh, really? Okay.
And and like it's kind of like year one Batman stuff where like you meet like the Joker, but he's not the Joker yet, though he's still like white skinned, green hair like Joker, but doesn't have like the Joker lipstick on, and like well, he's definitely crazy. He's not like Joker crazy yet, and he's not like vengeful, and trying to like just murder people. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like that. But, you meet Zaz, you meet Catwoman, you meet Penguin, again, the Joker. Like, you meet all these characters that come into play, but it's still, like, young Batman, where he's used to going after, like, Falcone and stuff like that, and I... Dude, I was literally playing it just like, I can't put this game down. It's probably the fastest I've ever gone through a Telltale series, because normally I'll play them every once in a while, like I'll do an episode here and there. I 2 days, like the 2 streams I finished that game because I could not fucking put it down. It was so good.
Really? Okay, because they PlayStation has it on sale for part of their flash sale right now. It's like you can get both seasons for like $15.
Do it. I'm on season 2 right now. They've only released the first 3 episodes of it. They've been doing one a month, so like episode 4 should come out soon for season 2, and then I think the last one's supposed to come out in January. It's been good too, and that one has Harley Quinn and the Riddler and Bane and like Joker again and Freeze. Like, you're starting to see more of these like iconic Batman villains, and them having to deal with them for the first time, like not knowing who these people are, and it's fucking awesome.
Well, be right back. I'm gonna go grab a credit card.
My number one may surprise everybody. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Oh,
PUBG, number one for me.
I can see that.
There was okay. So it was the most fun that I've had in a game this year. It also is, I love playing with other people and having that community aspect and like just having conversation and having a good time. That game provided so many hours of laughs, just so much, just hanging out with people, talking bullshit. I mean, so many random things happened in the game that would spark just like the fucking the biking competitions with like Caleb, where he's like
do 6 stunts.
Yeah, 6 stunts. all of that, all the fun.
Sky car. Oh my god, we started that whole thing where it's like, oh shit, it's this car. No, it's just a sky car. It's a fucking airplane.
That was fun. We did have some good memories in that.
And then of course Ed, Ed being a character of just every time something happened.
Runs off on his own.
It was in the beginning of the game. It was always him getting the entire group killed.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
That happened for like a couple weeks, and everyone, and just hearing Doug being like, "Well, you don't fucking run off by yourself." And then it became Ed. Nobody wants to jump into the same town as Ed because Ed is so fast at looting that he just loots everything.
And then leaves, but then also doesn't tell you where shit is. We're like, man, has anyone seen an M4? Yeah, dude, I passed 4 of them like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Been looking on this whole fucking map, Ed. Oh yeah, there was 4 in the first town we were in. God damn it!
It created many friendships, continued play sessions. The new update, I want to get back into playing more of it, but it was just a fantastic experience for playing with other people and being social. And winning a chicken dinner is more rewarding than most video games that I've played. Like just getting it and winning it, and you feel so fucking good.
Yeah, you feel very accomplished.
Earned. Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point you were better than 100 people, or
like. Well, you got better gear.
Well, that, or I mean, like I've definitely had instances where, like, I've won a few where it's just fucking pure luck. You know what I mean? But like just being luckier than somebody, and that's really what the game's like. It starts off. The first 5 minutes of that game are all luck based. Did you get a weapon first? Did you get a better weapon first? Did you get gear first?
Drop with.
Yeah, who did you drop with? Where did you drop? And like, because you could go like, shit. All right, we're going to fucking Nova. We're going to go to a military base or whatever. We're going to go to a high populous area where a lot of people drop to. Oh, fuck, no one else is here? Shit, all right, let's fucking do this. And you get geared up, right? But then you also have instances where it's like, cool, let's go to the farm. No one else is going to drop there. Oh, cool, 6 fucking teams? Like,
and I love the fact that it's just like, all right, you guys just want to get warmed up, run a suicide mission? Let's do this. All right, let's jump.
Then you win.
And then
we end up in the top 20 or something like that.
Or
And then my other favorite part, one of my other favorite parts is this one. Ready? All right, we're gonna jump, and we've jumped. Wait, did you guys jump?
Yeah.
I'm not in the same area.
Yeah. B.
Yep.
B. 100%. Ben says apartments. Always apartments forever and always.
My favorite one still is Caleb doing Aaron Neville. It's not for me to say. Just trying to play the game, trying to like be quiet and listen in when Caleb's doing all these. Yeah. Like I've had a lot of good times, and it sucks because I'm at a conundrum in that game right now. I want to play more of it, but as of right now, I have 69 hours logged.
Ooh, it's too good. It's too good.
I feel like I have to start another account at this point.
No, just play to 420.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
go.
I was like, nah, he's got to work towards that 420.
Oh man. So that's your number one game.
That's my number one game.
All right, I guess that just leaves me.
Yeah.
Well, I picked Wolfenstein, which I've told you guys about that for weeks.
Yeah, we've known.
Yeah, because I loved that game. I thought story-wise it was unbelievable. It just felt great to be back in BJ Blazkowicz's shoes. And I love the way it played out, especially after playing the first one by Machine Games and even Old Blood. Like, they were really well put together games. And now that they had the Doom engine behind it, it was absolutely gorgeous. The gameplay, I haven't played games like that, like especially with AI, since like Half-Life 2. It was just really fun to play through. One of those games, like you guys were saying, just can't put it down. I was able to finish it pretty quickly, and I fell in love with it. I don't know if I'm going to get the DLC, though, because I don't know if it really, how much of it affects the story. But you play as a different hero this time. Yeah. But I loved Wolfenstein 2, and I can't recommend it enough. Once again, Machine Games knocked it out of the park again.
They sure did.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, folks. That's going to wrap up 2017.
Wait, honorable mentions at all, by the way?
I mean, we just mentioned them during the throughout the thing. So
I'll throw up some. I didn't throw up not for video games for honorable mentions. Arc. I mean, I got back and I played some more art on Arc this year, which I hadn't done in a while, and that was a fuck ton of fun. And also, I had another one that Red Dead. I just did Red Dead Redemption again after like talking about it last week and having someone like tweet at me saying that I was full shit. I went back and was like, am I full of shit? No. Fuck Red Dead Redemption, greatest game of all time. Fuck everyone. Like, this game is so good. Like, I knew the ending, and yet I still got, like, emotional at it. Like, oh, man.
It's a tough ending, man.
It says no B-Lands? I did. I said Tales from the Borderlands. Ed, pay attention.
Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna do it for 2017. We look forward to everything that's going to happen in 2018. Can't wait to do this again in another year and run down the top 5. Thank you for tuning in. That's our episode, and have a safe rest of your year. And man, we're going to come back on the 1st with some New Year's resolutions. We're going to see. I don't think any of us do that shit, but we're going to name some off this time.
And we're going to pretend that we do them.
That's right. Then we're going to check in at the end of the year.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
And until next year, love, hugs, and all that bullshit.